Wow. So good morning. Good morning. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Had quite a week this week. I was somewhat of a gypsy with my computer, roaming the halls of a Mexican paradise resort, trying to find a place to have my show all week. I stumbled into the keynote speaker the very first morning. I was trying to find a place to go live, and his name was Robert Rome, Dr. Robert Rome. And I should have known from that point forward the week I was going to be away was going to be remarkable in so many ways. But the idea of keeping the show going, the idea of still getting up early, the idea of talking to you, friends and family and partners in business was really fun to me, to the challenge of finding a place, the challenge of continuing to keep going. And the message I got when I ran into the actual keynote, the author of DISC and 74-year-old man who has changed the world in many, many ways, was the confirmation that I was supposed to be continuing to do the show. I was supposed to be at that dark corridor at 6 a.m, scrambling to find a place to go live. We got in late that night and didn't know quite where we would go. And he pointed me to the business center, and I went in there and sat up shop. And the lighting wasn't great, of course. But man, the show went on, right? The show continued. And you say, Todd, well, you don't have that many followers. Well, I have 15,000 or so, 15,000 followers, but you don't have that many really watching your show every morning. I said, well, Todd, you really do. You have close to 300 views every day on this show, and it started off with 5, right? You get text messages, you get DMs, you get nice comments, you get some difficult ones at times, but the show must go on, Todd, right? You must continue to move forward in the things that are going on. Well, why do you do it? Why would you just take some time with your family? Well, I did take some time with my family. I did take some time with my cohorts. I mean, I did it all the best I could, but really the show must go on. And you say, well, it's just not that big a deal, Todd. Wired Differently is really not nationally recognized yet. It's not, no, damn it. You have to go on. They are watching you. They are watching you. They are watching every action you make in your life. They are watching you. So I want to thank you for watching me on this show. I want to thank you for watching other people on their shows. I want to thank you for wanting to be better. I mean, that's why we do these things, right? It's not just because we're bored and have nothing else to do. Why would you get up early and watch me, right? I got some 20 people, 20 and growing right now, watching me live, growing. Why do we do it? And what's the collateral of doing it, right? So when I say they are watching you, I know that you are watching me. And I think as entrepreneurs, we need to understand that one of the biggest responsibilities we have is that people are watching us. And I want you to start thinking about your place as an owner, as a CEO, as a manager, as a parent, right? People are not just coming to work for you, right? You need to understand your children are not just coming in and out of your house. You need to understand the companies and the clubs and the groups that you're roaming around this world with aren't just coming to get something done at those organizations, right? They're coming to see you and other people like you, right? And they are watching you. I need you to understand how powerful that is. I need you to understand the calling that you have. You didn't just go into business to make money, right? We've established that. We're successionaires. We went into business to solve a problem for maybe yourself, but more importantly, for other people. And that just adds to the list of people that are watching you. Now it's just not your family. Now it's not just your 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 group networking partners. Now it's your employees. They are watching you. And I want to flip the script on you a little bit this morning. I'm not trying to be so serious. I just want you to understand that one of the most impactful things I've probably ever told you will be coming out in this podcast today, right? It's going to be the fact that they are watching you. And I want to flip the script on why are you doing the things you're doing? One, we understand that my job is to build you personally. My job is to build you spiritually, and my job is to build you profitably. And then we decided to build you personally. We need to be present to build you spiritually. We need to be engulfed in the scripture and thinking about God first. And last but not least, to be profitable, we need to be profitable in what areas? Yeah, sure. We need to make money, but profit is time. We need to convert money to time. And when we convert money to time, then we become not just successful, but we become significant because that money to time gives us freedom. And when we become free, we've allowed other people to become profitable, and now they become wealthy, and then they become free as well. And the chain goes on. They are watching you. I know it's a Monday morning and I'm pretty heavy, but I want to let you know that this is the bottom line. This is the truth. This is the real dealio. This is why I'm here for you. This is why I'm doing Wired Differently Coaching Academy. This is why I'm bringing things to you because I want you to understand that your calling is to be successful, but more importantly, significant. And while you embark on that journey, you need to understand they are watching you. Your trials and tribulations that you're going to have going through this journey are not only going to be lessons for you and your mindset and for how you to grow your company, but I think even more importantly, they are for those who are watching you. So, what I decided to do this morning was just read you 3 test cases and just give you some things to think about. Because I want you to understand that people are watching you. People are watching me. It's a burden. But more importantly, each and every one of you has your own company or your own tribe or your own followers. And thank you for following me. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for signing up for the Tiki Hut retreat because, man, we're going to be doing these things and more. We need you to understand. Come on, part of this team. You're wired differently. Get with some people who are like you, right? Get with some like-minded people who want to get better in life, who want to see things for the way they are. They want to understand how to become better and make other people better. They want to figure out how to create a plan and execute it, right? They want to be able to move from successful to significant. They want to move from successful to significant. They want these things. This is why we're on this channel. This is why we're doing this morning. So what I thought I would do is just have some fun with you on a Monday morning. Yes. Yes. Time to turn it up just a little bit. I know I got a little jet lag on the brain, but I got to bring it for you today. So here's what I wanted you to do. Just think about this as your own entrepreneurial mindset gets put in place and you think about what's going on. You're not just building a company, you're building people, right? Before we go into some, we're not just building a company, we're building people. Good morning, everybody. I see Jason. Gosh, you're so faithful, Jason. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Debbie Cromwell. I'm just so excited. Christina Wilson, Christina, you guys, if you get time, follow Christina on the Facebook or Instagram or both. I'm not sure where she is. She is definitely on a move and some entertaining stuff there. Appreciate your consistency. Karen Shelton, good morning. Boy, Karen, I'm going to be speaking to you, and so many things you taught me this morning are going to come out in this quick lesson. Jason Ball, Wow, Jason Ball, sweet. Olander, I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Oh, man. I can't believe Sweet's on. Good morning, Abby. Good morning. Hello, Madeline. Good to see you. Debbie, I got Debbie. Luther Crawford reporting to duty. Capitan, sir. Love that man. Love that man. Who else? Roll call. Stefan Carroll, the greatest heavyweight of the world in car auto mechanics. Love Stefan, one of my best students ever. Man, wow, I just can't believe who else we got on here. Nice, Shane, Heather. Okay. So they are watching you. Permission to go gonzo, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. They are watching you. So here's the test case. I want to just throw this up here for you. Understanding we're moving from success to significance, not only in our business, but in our personal life, right? We are now leaders of people. We are leaders of people. We are building people. Case study number 1. I want you to think about this, okay? You're in business. Your best and most key employee has embezzled through your organization by finding a way to steal from your customers thousands of dollars. What's your first move and subsequent? Think about it. Think about it. Your best and most key employee. So what's happening here in this dialogue is it's challenging you, right? It's challenging you. It's not an employee that you can just throw away very easy, right? And I don't mean that in disrespect, but some employees are at the bottom 10% of your company and they're not as valuable because they don't care as much. They don't try as hard. They just don't do what you need them to do. And they don't care about themselves and they're there just to get a paycheck. And obviously, we need all people in all ways, but sometimes we have key employees. I have key employees. Matter of fact, companies have a product called Key Man Policies. If you have a key person that is indispensable, you can actually go out and buy an life insurance policy on that person called a key man policy, right? Now, yes, they still call it a key man policy. I don't know how long it's going to stay called a key man policy, but they may call it a key woman policy. They may call it a key non-binary policy. I don't know, but it's up for debate. I'm sure we're going to get some mail on that. But at the end of the day, right now, it's called a key man policy, and I don't want to hear about it. But that key man policy is there to cover this key person in your company if they were to pass away because they're indispensable. The company would get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars if that person was to pass away. So this is the type of person we're talking about in this study. Your best and most key person, key man insured policy has embezzled through your organization. So it's just not something that, you can just go in there and take them out. They found a way to steal from you, not you, your customers, right? Affecting your customers thousands of dollars. What's your first move and subsequent? Case study number 1. Case study number 2. Your employee keeps coming in late and causing workload drama on the service department. What's your first move and subsequent move? Type them in. I don't care. Type them in. Case study number 2. Your employee keeps coming in late and causing workload drama on the service department. What is your first move and subsequent move? Thought-provoking. Last case. Case number 3. You have made a bad decision that was executed out by your management team. And the results are very damaging to the bottom line, affecting their morale and paychecks. What's your first move? You, Todd Saylor, made a bad decision that his team executed out. And the results damaged the company, the bottom line, and affected their morale and their paychecks. What's your first move? All right, these are 3 case studies I thought I would throw in there to make my point this morning. And we'll wrap this up. If our jobs as CEOs, presidents, owners of our own organizations, if our jobs are to build companies and build people, we need to know where we're coming from when it comes to answering questions like this. You don't get a warning when these things happen in your companies. You don't get any kind of 5 o'clock alarm says, oh, guess what? You're going to be embezzled. Oh, 5 o'clock alarm. Someone's going to show up late and wreck three of your customers. Oh, you don't get an alarm or a warning that you have made a bad decisions and the company stock has dropped significantly, right? You just don't. These are the things that just happen, right? These are the fire drill moments in your life as an owner, as a CEO, as a father, as a parent, as a husband, as a spouse, as a wife. Things happen. There is no way that you are going to get warned when that person embezzles from you. There's no way you're going to get an alarm clock on this person that shows up late because of some situation and causes you hundreds and thousands of dollars of service damage. There is no way to understand that sometimes you just make bad decisions because of the environment, because you weren't attentive, whatever the reason is. It's unpredictable. You got to understand that you still have to understand what to do. And so I'm not going to solve these case studies for you. I just wanted to put you in a predicament. I wanted to put you in a thoughtful predicament. I wanted you to start to think about what you would do and how would you react, right? How would you react? I've got some communications. Talk honestly, own it, make a plan, fix it. Good one, Christina. Jason Ball, have a serious talk with them. Maybe they get a get a better alarm clock, right? I like it. I like it. Then proceed. Find the why. I love it. Talk to him. How do we know it was a him? Maybe it was a her. Oh, I got you. Oh man, termination and the law enforcement. Got him, Steph. I don't know how you are active with jet lag. I'm very impressed. Solve the problem, Stefan. Solve the problem. I love you guys. What's just love and energy, undeniable. Let's get back down to here. We got to solve the problem. Christina Wilson, doing it now. It's hard. Okay, what would you do, Todd? All right, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to answer the exact questions for you, but I want to give you a check down process. And I really want you to get to the point where you really understand there's only one thing I'm teaching you this morning. And it's the title of this show. So here's what we got. Here's the question process that I want you to understand. Now, I know some of you may look at this. Each one of these case studies has just happened. 1, your best employee embezzled from you. 2, the employee keeps coming in late and affecting the company's bottom line. And 3, I personally made a bad decision that cost the company money and will affect their paychecks. Well, the first thing you do is write this down. You do the next right thing. You do the next right thing. I don't want you to think about doing the next best thing. I don't want you to think about doing the next thing. I don't want you to think about doing anything but the next right thing. This move has never let me down in 30 some years in business, sports, football, parenting, marriage. There's no substitute for the next right thing. There's no compromise for the next right thing. There's no doubt in your mind what the next right thing will be. The next right thing is the way you should live your life. You should run your company and lead people. The next right thing is painful. The next right thing is discouraging at times. The next right thing digs. Then the next right thing is empowering. The next right thing is joyful. The next right thing is release. The next right thing is the best answer for you and for everybody involved. The next right thing I thought I would do is break these down for you really quick. Because at the end of the day, number 6 is really what we're shooting for. These situations occur. The next right thing is to figure out who knows and who needs to know. Who knows and needs to know. Who knows what's going on? Who knows what's happening? And who needs to know what's happening? Attorneys, parents, family members, counsel, HR directors, partners. Who knows who needs to know? Does everybody know? You need to know if everybody knows. You need to know who doesn't know, who does know. You need to know, most importantly, who needs to know. Sometimes who needs to know doesn't know what knows. And it's probably your job to figure out who needs to know so they can know. We don't want those who need to know to get it done organically. We want them to get it done in a posture that's pleasing to them into the situation. Your job is to solve the problem with the least amount of pain possible, but the most amount of lessons creatable. Who knows? Who knows such and such keeps coming in late? Who needs to know such and such coming in? What's the collateral damage? Number 3, who is affected? What is the collateral damage? What is going on? We just can't start pushing buttons and fixing problems if we don't answer these questions. Who is affected? For how in the world did this happen? 5, what's the remedy and the plan? And 6, I'm going to wrap this up with you this morning. What's the message you will send by your actions and to who? We need to do the right thing. These case studies are thought-provoking. These case studies aren't really meant for me to solve the problems right here, but I have answers for all of those. I have been in many of these situations, and you will be too. But I think you need to understand that the situations I gave you this morning aren't really for me to solve for you today, but they're for you to think for tomorrow. And it's not even the 6 pieces I gave you on how to resolve it. It's more about the 6th one that I asked you, which is, what's the message you will send by your actions and to who? Do the next right thing. They are watching you. So I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to give you some encouragement. I'm going to let you know that, hey, it's not if this has happened to you, it's when it's going to happen to you. It's not that if you get ripped off or if you have a bad employee or if you make a bad decision as a leader. It's not, it's none of that. Excuse me. It's none of that. It's not if you make a bad decision or if you have a bad employee or if you get embezzled or ripped off as an owner. It's if or when. It's never not going to happen, right? You're going to be affected by one of these case studies. And I want you to understand the bottom line of this entire show today is do the next right thing. But the bottom line of the next right thing is remember, they are watching you. So let me bring this to conclusion. Who's watching you, Todd? You keep saying that. I'm telling you right now, the world is watching you. And more importantly, your employees are watching you. And here's what I want you to understand is the next right thing is to do the right thing for the situation and make sure that those who know and see you doing the next right thing. The next right thing is the best thing. It's not always the easiest thing. It's not always the cheapest thing. It's not always the thing that's going to make the most sense to you. But at the end of the day, the next right thing is the best thing. And it's the best thing because they are watching you. Well, who's watching you, Todd? You keep saying they are watching you. I don't understand who's watching you. Would you answer the question. I'm going to answer the question right now. Your employees. They're watching everything you do as an owner. They watch the cars you buy. They watch the vacations you go on. They watch the food you eat. They watch the way you treat your family at home. They watch the way you give them bonuses. They watch the way you go to church or don't go to church. They watch the way you give to other organizations or don't give to organizations. They watch everything you do. They're either going to emulate you or they're going to hate you. They're going to be either followers or they're going to be dissenters. You got to understand they are watching you. And I want you to understand, more importantly, that in these situations, you may be saying, oh man, I got case one, I got case two, I got case three. Man, what am I going to do? Well, let me explain something to you. Case one is a blessing. Case two is a blessing. Case three is a blessing. All three of these discouraging cases are a blessing because they are watching you. They get to see you in action. They get to see you play in a damn Super Bowl. They get to see what you're going to do. They get to follow what their leader is giving them to follow. They are watching you. Stefan, all of them are watching you. Every move you make in that company. Stephen, they're watching you. They're all watching you. Heather, they're watching you. Sam, Luther, your family's watching you. Jason, you're building an amazing company. Your wife and your employees are watching you. Your customers are watching you. They're all watching you. And what I want you to recognize with this pure fact that they are watching you with is it's a blessing. Because in each and every one of those case studies, you had an opportunity to display your leadership gifts. You had an opportunity to show them how they are going to be handled if and when they go through something like this. You have an opportunity to show them how you're going to react as a leader, as a father, as an owner. Those difficult case studies have all served me well when I've had to answer the call and those types of things. Because I let who I knew how to handle it. And then I made those who needed to know what was going on, how to handle it. I'm not going to let a good crisis go to waste. If I'm going to get beat out of hundreds of thousands of dollars, I might as well demonstrate some moral aptitude. I might as well demonstrate some resilience. I might as well demonstrate some kind and humble forgiveness. I might as well demonstrate the principles God has given me. I might as well demonstrate the type of person I am. If someone's going to continue to show up for work for late and affect my company, I might as well demonstrate on them some lessons on how to make them better, give them an opportunity to go to some type of counseling, give them an opportunity to grow. Because if I do that for them, what about my good employees? They know that they're going to be forgiven. They know that they're going to have an opportunity. They're not going to be on the gun all the time, wondering when they're going to lose their job if they don't perform exactly right? And when the owner makes a bad decision, you make a bad decision because I don't know one owner in this world, and I will call him a bold-faced liar right to his face. If Jeff Bezos came to me and said, Todd, I've never made a mistake, I'd say, you're a damn liar. I don't care who you are. If Elon Musk came to me and said, I'd never made a bad business decision, I'd call Elon a damn liar. I'd call Donald Trump a liar. I would call him a liar if they told me they never made a bad decision to affect their employees. They are liars. I would call Joe Biden. Let's keep it equal. I'd call him a damn liar too. You make bad decisions, you affect people. But the problem is, as an owner, as a leader of your own company, you only have two choices. Sometimes you can make a bad decision or a worse decision. But leaders don't make their employees pay for their bad moves or their situation. It's not my fault that they have to live a way they live because I had a situation because someone stole money. It's not my fault. Their fault that they have to sit around and get beat up because someone's making bad decisions coming in late. It's not their fault that I invested in another company to buy another company to grow this company and that one tanked and it didn't work and now this company's worth less money. It's not their fault. Own it. then zone it, right? That's you. That's your job. They are watching you. Do the next right thing. I love you guys. They are watching you. I really wanted this to fill in the blanks today a little bit. I want you to start thinking about your leadership. I want you to start taking advantage of the mistakes that are happening around you every day because they are watching you. And these are great opportunities for you to lead. Lead your people, lead your family, lead your followers, lead your friends. Become an influencer, not an influencee, right? I love you. Well, this was a great show. And I want you to know how much I love you guys. I want you to know what's going on in my life, your life. It's important to me. I want you to know what I care deeply about all of you. I want you to know that I'm committed to you. And I really want you to grow. I really want this for you. I really want you to understand you can do it. I know that being an owner, making decisions is lonely, and you don't have someone to talk to about things. And I want you to know I'll be there for you. I'm your mentor. You're on this show. I love you, man. Call me up, DM me, set up a time. I'll talk with you. Any of these case studies ring a bell to you, I'll talk to you about how I would handle them, how I've handled them. I mean, this wired differently. Commitment, this wired differently group of people. It's amazing. The people that I'm meeting, the people that are calling me from all over the country. You need to understand, my friends, that this Tiki Hut retreat is becoming a big deal. I have people calling me from ads, talking to me about coming. I just secured a friend from Washington, and another one from Pennsylvania, and another one from Florida, and they're calling and they're saying, I want to be a part of this. What is wired differently? Can I still get into the Tiki Hut? And I talk to them personally. I'm here for you. You don't have to do business alone. And I've literally got a 52-week virtual MBA course for you that will make you a better company. I guarantee it. You don't even have to have me. It's a $1,200 package. You get a video every week, and it coaches you through the 12 disciplines. We call them the jumpstart disciplines of a company. They're amazing. Videos, outlines, case studies like we just talked about just now. Amazing. You're on your road. And if you want me once a month, sign up and I'll go over these case studies with you. I'll go over your company with you. I'll learn them with you. You come to the Tiki Hut retreat, you're going to see my students there. Some of my students are coming and they're going to talk, tell you what's happened to their life, and you aren't going to believe it. Everybody's better with a coach, and I want to be your coach. I'm so happy right now. Appreciate everything, everyone. You make me happy. Have a great day. Remember to be, do, and think differently. Get to toddsaylor.com, Tiki Hut Retreat. I'm here for you.